morning, everyone. The slot before lunch, always the most challenging to keep people's attention. So hopefully I can deliver a riveting presentation today. So as Jamie just mentioned, my name is Nate Richardson. I'm a senior product manager here at Tatango. And Guy mentioned previously, I started my journey with Tatango about 6 years ago as a customer running customer success operations at a company called X Matters. And when I was a customer, I really always found it challenging to create a visual representation of our customer journey that everyone from the CEO down could understand. So truly it was my pleasure to work on this product because I really had a desire to solve this problem once and for all. And the problem is that at the time, my journey map and your journey map most likely needs an upgrade. Before the customer experience canvas, anytime that you wanted to map a new customer success journey or workflow or process, everybody had their own way of doing it. Everybody had their own tools. They used PowerPoint, mapping tools, whiteboards, you name it. And the problem with this is that it's manual. It's not real time. It's just a snapshot in time. And it's fully disconnected from your run systems. So when it comes time to actually turn that customer journey on, again, everybody's using their own siloed tools to actually trigger the emails, to actually trigger the tasks and playbooks. So ultimately, having your design stage of the customer journey design lifecycle separate from your run systems means that the lifecycle, that it's incomplete, right? And this results ultimately in your journey map diagrams becoming, outdated very quickly, which means anytime you want to make a change or iterate on that customer journey, that you have to update multiple tools. So we designed the customer experience canvas to bring the design portion of the journey into Tatango so that you can design and run all in one. The customer experience canvas gives you instant clarity without the guesswork that exists today. Now you can always have a complete picture of your customer journey, and even better is that it's always up to date. Whether you need to brainstorm around a new process or iterate on an existing one, the customer experience canvas is your one-stop shop to go from idea to action in seconds. And even better, the cherry on top, is that there's roughly 24 templates in the customer journey marketplace today to make it simple for you to get started. So without further ado, most of what I'm going to do today is a live product demo. And hopefully we don't have a Cybertruck moment here, so bear with me. So what we're looking at right now is a totally blank canvas. This is within an enterprise onboarding success block that I created for this demo today. And we're going to get started by defining tracks. And the tracks actually represent the actual journey that we're going to deliver. So with onboarding, you're typically going to have some sort of kickoff stage, and then product discovery. After that, you have undoubtedly your implementation, and then the customer's live. Now, at any point in any process, there are risks that will arise. So it's good to have a track to handle your risks as well. I don't know if anyone's counting, but that took me less than 30 seconds to map out what are the stages of my onboarding journey. Now let's actually define, what are the general engagements and how are we going to actually deliver this, the bulk of it, right? So one of the first things that we're going to do is send a welcome email to new customers after they sign. And then, of course, we've heard about this a couple times today, that there's undoubtedly a sales to CS handoff that needs to happen. So we'll create a success play here to handle that. Within discovery, pretty straightforward, right? We're going to gather customer requirements and create a success play again for exactly that. And maybe I can type. There we go. All right. Then we're on to implementation, which is typically made up of things like, let's say for this example, data integration, and maybe even platform configuration as well. There we go. Haven't been on stage for a couple of years now, so typing and doing all of this is a little nerve-wracking. Thanks for bearing with me. Once the customer's live, this is like something we want to celebrate internally, right? So Tatango has success plays that enable you to, share celebrations in the platform itself. So we'll have a go live celebration. And of course, we want to know how the actual customer experience is with this. So we'll also make sure that we send a post-onboarding satisfaction survey. And then a couple typical risks that I think you'll find within any onboarding process is going to be something like, delayed onboarding. That's never happened to anyone in this room before, I'm sure. And in the event that maybe we get a negative response from that onboarding satisfaction survey, we'll want to make sure that we have a plan in place for how we respond to those. Now, as quickly as that, I've defined the start at least of what the onboarding journey will be like for my company, right? Now we're ready to get some feedback from other people on the team, which is as simple as clicking the share button and grabbing a snapshot of the canvas itself, which will look something like this. So that's how you build a customer journey from scratch using the canvas. And again, I mentioned earlier that we have an entire marketplace full of these customer journeys ready for you to get started with. So for this demo today, I want to take a look at one of those, which is the Nurture Customers Success Block. Now, out of the box, this will come with tracks around adoption and usage, goodwill, training, advocacy, etc. But this isn't quite ready for my company. Or really, what it's missing is a track for event participation. And it just so happens that we're all at an event right now called the Customer Success Summit, and we're going to want to send a thank you for attending email. Now I'm ready to actually jump in right from my canvas and start to design the actual follow-up email. This is another area where we have dozens of templates to get you started quickly. We'll go ahead and just grab this one. And I'm actually going to dive in and create this email on the fly. This drag and drop interface makes it super simple to dive in, take what you need, drop it right into the email, and move quickly. Now, I had all of this copied ahead of time, but we'll jump back in here. That was my breaking the window moment. Cool. All right. Well, let's make sure that we're using an on-brand font here, and then do a quick preview to make sure that we're ready, and be like how it looks. How's it look to you guys? Good enough for 10 seconds. Well, I'm not done yet, but thank you for the applause. Let's go ahead and close out the editor and just finish the configuration of this. All right, and now we're ready to hit send. We're ready to turn this on. You've heard, I think, a few times today, maybe even yesterday, and you saw on the customer journey development lifecycle earlier, that the canvas is about design, build, which we just saw, and then actually activating and turning it on. So we'll go ahead and activate this. And in a couple of moments, I think most people in this room should actually receive this email, so take a look. And that's the customer experience canvas in a nutshell. It was truly, truly designed to be as simple as possible for you to go from nothing to having a fully mapped out customer journey in under 10 minutes, apparently. So I have lots of time for questions or other things that you'd like to see on the canvas itself. But that's it.